Hello everyone, this is PCI DSS dashboard and my name is Josip, and let's dive into it. So this is the dashboard screen where you can see how many certifications we have ongoing, how many of those certifications are expiring soon, do we have any vulnerabilities, and do we have any security incidents. Compliance overview can be tracked here. This data set, this demo data set is not showing here nicely one of these certification being like 50 or 60%, but we can see that something is going for at least this one. And from here you can quickly jump into that certification. Security overview box is on the right. We can immediately see how many system components do we have within the car data environment. We see the number of PCI DSS requirements, pending changes and open vulnerabilities, recent assessments, if there were any, recent incidents. We hope this will be empty. And then we have quick actions from here. We can quickly add new certification, add a system, report vulnerability or an incident. The idea of this video is just an introduction to the dashboard. This demo dashboard version is fully opened. It's configured to track all 300 requirements. It can easily be configured for a smaller subset, and if we have a merchant that just needs to track 5 requirements, we can easily do that, and I will show you that in one of the videos that I will record soon. So from here, what else can we do? We can quickly jump into this search box. So if I click if I press Command K on macOS, I will quickly jump into this search box where I can use some shortcuts. I can start typing REQ, like request or requirements, and I can quickly jump to the requirement that is of my interest, and then I can just press enter, and then I jump into that requirement, and you can see here like a basic description of the requirement and the purpose, good practices, definitions, and so on. I can also start typing component, and then I can quick jump to my system components, and same thing like for the requirements. If I press enter, I quickly jump on that system component. We can do incidents maybe, so we can quickly jump into the incidents. Very helpful for someone who will be using the dashboard, so you don't have to search through the menus that you will see are quite big. So yeah, this is just a quick glance of those navigation menus on the left. What else do we have here is the notification section, and here you can receive notifications that you decide to get. So if I go to the profile, I can select the type of notification I allowed to receive. So if we get back to the dashboard, that's that part. Here we can go then to the certifications. Beginning of each new certification will be the scope definition. Here is the place where you can define it. I will just quickly go through the screens, because next videos will cover all those screens in depth. I invite you all obviously to sign in to PCI-DSS-dashboard.com, you can use Google sign in, and you can play with what you are looking at right now and with this data set. So feel free to play around, right? So this is the system inventory. We have security then, which is also pretty detailed, as you can see, and we have this compliance. We have this compliance section, and parts of it can be actually exposed to your QSA to track the status of your compliance. And if they do that, then you will nicely see here per each requirement where you are, and have you covered everything or not. And this, I think, will be very, very helpful. We have templates, applicability templates. This is a demo set of templates, not necessarily the most accurate one, but the idea is that you can here define a template, and that template will cover a certain the subset of requirements. And what you can do then, you can apply that template to one of your certifications, and once you do that, it will mark all those requirements as not applicable. And this way you can narrow down the scope that you're going through, because if you are like only cloud e-commerce provider and you don't have any physical data centers, then some of the requirements obviously will not be applicable to your environment. But this is like a nice tool to actually narrow down the scope. Compliance status, as I said, is the dashboard basically where you manage your compliance progress, or you can monitor your progress. You can add here your policies, you can review them, download them from here, you can search through all the requirements, see the details, explanations of each one. And this one is particularly interesting because how it's built is that it's built around the requirement. So if you add new evidence, you pick let's say a main requirement for that evidence. So let's say if you're uploading a network diagram, you will pick this one, you will upload it, and then when you go into it later on, you can assign even more requirements to that evidence. So let's say if 1, 2, 3 was an accurate network diagram, but if the evidence of that, if you are uploading a network diagram and that's covering, let's say, more requirements, then you can just assign this evidence to more requirements, and that will be nice, because later on you can go to the PCI DSS requirements, and you can see here if it's assessed. You can check it and view the assessment. This one is not applicable, unfortunately, but if it is, then you will see let's say compliant, and then you will see evidence status, and from here you will be able to quickly jump to the evidence. So let's see if do we have any compliant. Right, we have one compliant requirement, 143. So just to show you, 143, we get into that one, and then we see that it's compliant, right? So if we review that, then we can see that evidence from here is easily accessible, and it's very, very nice feature, and that's something that I missed the most, I think, when I worked with all the QSAs that I worked with. They usually lack this part, and that part is especially handy for the next year's certification once you have everything in place. Quickly from here, let's say if I pick a certification, we will have at the bottom some interesting buttons, and one of those interesting buttons are copy for new cycle. So basically you can use this this certification, 2026 certification, and next year you click copy for new cycle, and then we can see what you can actually bring there. So what will not be copied are things that don't make sense to be copied because you have to collect evidence each year. But system components, network segments, policies, third-party providers, and so on, those things that make sense to be migrated into a new certification will be carried over there. And that's also something that is very helpful, and something that you will not do then next year. It will be automatically ready for you. And another thing is a button called Export for QSA. And what this will do, basically, it will create a nice zip file with a beautiful file structure where it will put all your evidences and policies, procedures under their requirements. So once you export all this, once you open the zip file, you will get into a folder which will say requirement 1, 2, 3, and when you get into it, there will be a screenshot of your network diagram and policies and so on. So it's making things more organized, and it's basically saving time for everyone, for yourself and for your QSA. Help Center. This is also a thing that is constantly in development. I'm constantly adding new material here, but this is how it looks and what's covered at this point. Going forward, this will just grow and grow, and whomever gets access to the dashboard will have access to this Help Center section, and will be able to go through all the help articles, you know. So yeah, so this is that's the idea basically, and I think it's going to be very helpful. Thank you for watching, and I hope it's at least somewhat helpful, and for the next videos to be actually of better quality than this one. This is my first YouTube video, and yeah, thanks, and see you soon.